Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We come today from Wima Well to greet you. We've come to the end of the month of May 2023. As you all know, before we leave you to move on to June, we want to advise and guide you when it comes to mental health. Mental health has always been a challenge, and as such, I'm here with my partner, Miss Margaret. So, Miss Margaret, welcome on board.
Oh, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Wilma Well family. Welcome back to our channel.
Now, today I'll be asking Margaret some few questions concerning mental health, and she'll be educating us when it comes to mental health. So, Miss Margaret, what do you think about mental health?
Yes, mental health can be anything to do with, you might be going through stress and that can affect your mental health. You might be going through medical health. Any kind of medical health can affect your mind, can affect your brain, and that can put you in a stage whereby you might not be able to help yourself and you end up having certain things like suicide thoughts or anything like that.
So, how will I, for example, know that I have mental health problems or mental health issues?
How will you, depending on the life situation that you are going through, depending on how uh, your life is, if you're asking how will you know, if you have suicide thoughts or if you're depressed, stressed, some people might have mental health because of whatever going on in their lives. Uh, because of that stress can make you even think of injuring yourself or hurting yourself or even do things that are not normal for when you don't have any mental issues.
Oh, thank you for that. And I have a question with respect to mental health. Where can I get help in case I feel depressed or in case I feel like I'm not happy or in case I feel like killing myself? Which number can I call to get help?
There is 988 is a suicide and crisis lifeline. So you can call now that number and you'll be able to talk to anybody when you're going through any mental health challenges.
And how much will it cost me to call that number? Is it free or what do I have to pay money before they can give me help?
The suicide lifeline uh, 988 is free. You don't need to pay for it. That number, you can call it and you will be able to be connected with someone that can help you going through or answer your question or help you to seek for help somewhere else.
When it comes to calling this number, I live here illegally and I don't have documentation. Do they assist people that don't have documentation when it comes to mental health in America?
They will pick the number, they will pick your call. They're not going to ask you if you're illegal or not illegal or not legal. All you need to do is call 988. Is a suicide crisis lifeline. Call that number and they'll be able to help you.
And when you come to mental health, many people suffer go through mental health. And as such, how can I assist other people if I see them? How will I be able to know that they have mental health problems?
um it's very hard to tell, but if somebody come to you and they tell you what they're going through, do they, if they tell you they're having depression and they don't know what to do, or they have anxiety, or they have a family issue going on financially, so there are so many ways you can help others to get better or to advise them or where to seek for help or where to go get help to, so they can fix whatever going on with their lives.
When it comes to mental health, as we are in the month of May, going to the month of June, we wish to remind our viewers that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, every May of every year. And we've come to the end of May. Today is the 31st of May, 2023. And we are trying to educate the population and to bring awareness in terms of mental health. So I'm here with my partner, Miss Margaret, who is guiding us on how to manage mental health and where to call to get help. So I'll be asking her more questions as we move forward. So, Miss Margaret, when it comes to mental health, sometimes I see people sleeping under the bridges, and some are homeless people going through mental health crisis or no?
Depending on each individual case, because sometimes you might be a home health person, homeless person living in a street. It could be this person don't have a job and they cannot afford. It could be this person really have a mental health and they don't know where else to get help. So there's nothing wrong with if you see someone lying on the street and talking to them, not ignoring them. And if they need help, you as a society member, as a community member, you can help them get out of that, whatever they're sleeping in the street or homelessness. And if they need help financially or something like that.
Thanks for that. And when it comes to mental health, how can we as a society help to help to bring people together in terms of mental health so they can see that mental health is a problem within our society? What are the programs that are out there that we can advise people and population to follow so that way it can help to reduce mental health challenges?
In a society, when we see people struggling with mental health, we need to bring awareness. And how do we do that? By finding out what's going on with their lives, by supporting them, because majority of the time society will look at mental health as you will call someone crazy. Mental health is not a craziness. Somebody don't have to run in the street to say that they have mental health. People can have anxiety. That's a mental health. People can have depression. That's mental health. So the best thing to do is to be able to talk to these people, to help them, to help them if they agree to go to a counselor, to get a counsel, be counsel and help so they can get out of whatever the situation they are going through.
Okay, thank you. When it comes to mental health, do you think children often suffer mental health? When it comes to like teenagers, adult, and in short, educate us about the various people or the various persons that are much more prominent or much more exposed to mental health.
Actually, mental health can be everybody. It's a lifespan from young age to adult age. People can start building mental health from can have a mental health from a young age. Let's say they go through abuse and family abuse or whatever going on in their family, the foster care, depending on a lifestyle that you live in at a young age, that can go with you and affect your mental health. So it's a lifelong disease or condition that can affect anybody at any age.
Do you think that loneliness, idleness, and other type of depression is it linked to mental health or those that's abstracts when it comes to mental health?
Equal, equal link to mental health, because be associating with other people will help you be able to understand and know what's going on around you. But when you isolate yourself, it can make you be lonely, and that can affect your mental health, can affect your mental health.
Now, when it comes to mental health, in the society where we live, we have many races among us and within us. Do you think racism play a part in mental health? If so, why?
Racism, I cannot tell if racism play help. I cannot tell if racism play a part in a mental health, but I can say your background, where you come from, can play part on your mental health.
When it come now to sex, with respect to mental health, do you think that many men or women suffer from mental health? What do you think, men or women, which of that sex fall in suffer more or most when it comes to mental health?
Anybody can suffer from mental health, but sometimes men tend to suffer more because they do not want to express themselves. When they are going through certain life situation, they don't want to talk about it because they think, oh, they're gonna look at me as a weak person. No. Women talk more and they get help more. So we just want people to be aware of this, that if you're going through life events or whatever condition you're going through, it's okay to talk about it. You, either man or a woman, talk about it with your loved one, with your community, so you can get help.
Now, when it comes to mental health, and do you think there are diet or certain food that we can eat to help to regulate our mental problems?
Yes, health, as far as vegetarian or vegetables, have a lot of nutrients that can help your mental health compared to someone who is eating just processed food, which they have so much chemical. Those who also can have several hormones that can affect your mental health. So eating healthy can affect your mental health. Yes.
So when it comes to
Improve.
social activities, like what activities are once we get engaged into it can help to reduce our mental problems and stress? Like, I know exercise is one of them. What other things do you think we can engage ourselves to take our mind out of the stress? What are some of the exercises, or what are some of the associations, or what are some of the things that we have to do to help us to reduce mental health?
Yeah, you can join community sports, or you can also join your friends, your family gathering, and games that can bring you guys together, and that also can help with reducing risk of increasing mental health.
Okay, good. And do you think that once it comes to mental health, is it good to see a priest or a pastor, your spiritual guide, or your teacher, or your parent, or who is the first person that you can lay your complaint to when it comes to mental health?
Depending on how you feel about that individual, you can go to anyone that you think. You can go to your loved one. If you don't feel like your loved one, you don't feel comfortable with that, you can go to your teacher, depending on where you start. Or you can go to counselor, doctor, or preacher, anybody that you feel comfortable with. Hopefully they will help you so they can direct you to the right person.
Oh, thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of this program, and I would like Miss Margaret to give us that number again that we can call at any time, 24/7, to get help. So, what is that number again?
The suicide crisis line, lifeline number is 988. You can call that number on your cell phone or your regular phone. You will be able to reach someone who can help you. And there are so many also associations or organizations like Actual Foundation. They support mental health crisis. So try to reach to those places. There are home shelter places. There are every other places that you can go to get help.
Okay, thank you, Miss Margaret. The number is 988. Can I, before we go, the last question, can I text that number or I have to call?
You can text that number. You can chat with someone. They are open 24/7. So that number, you'll be able to chat with someone, you text someone, and you can also go to a website and you will see that number, 988.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. We couldn't have done this without your help. You listen to this, you share, you listen, you subscribe, you listen, you give us the feedback so we know how we are doing. I want to thank you, Miss Margaret. Thank you. And do you have any comment for the audience?
Yeah, I can just say, guys, don't be afraid of talking. Talking to your kids, your loved one, your husband, your wife. And again, I know there's so many people that have somebody in your family that went through suicide or they have a suicide. So don't be afraid to talk. You can talk, guys. And the more you talk, the more you heal, the more we can heal the world. Mental health is a medical condition, so we need to treat it as such. So thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. See something, say something. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.